Hey, so we're at the Chiang Mai Zoo right now, and there are these little pigs right behind me. They're little wild boars, but they're babies. They totally remind me of my dog. They like move in the same way, they're flapping their tails the same way, and they kind of like snuff things out of the ground with their nose in the same way she does, so it's kind of cool. It's like watching my dog. And then over here behind me, back there, oh, you can't see my finger there, there's a peacock, just like a free-range peacock hanging out on the edge of the fence. He's like ruffling his feathers a little bit every now and then. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So I fought last night. It was a pretty quick fight, 2 rounds. It was the 4th time I fought Yording Sosumali. I like her. She's the southpaw fighter. And I didn't know I was going to fight her. I thought I was fighting someone else, but you know, you never know when you get there. So we get there, and I look on the card, and not only am I the first fight, which has been a really long time since that was the case, but I saw that I was fighting her again. So it was kind of cool to just immediately start getting my wraps on, and start getting the oil massage and all this stuff just right off the bat instead of waiting for hours. Definitely getting your energy going faster or sooner rather than, you know, waiting around and having a gradual build-up. So when I was done, I just stood in my fight clothes for a little while watching the next fight because it was women, and then I went and changed and got to enjoy the rest of the fights kind of hanging out as a spectator, which was pretty cool. I definitely feel like I did some of my best training for these last 2 fights. They were so close together, it was only 10 days between the 2. Like exactly 10 days, which is normally like 14. So that's not a huge difference, but if, you know, 4 extra days of training is 8 training sessions, so I feel like my focus was really good, and the things that I was working on are things that, you know, work for any opponent, because I wasn't training for anyone in particular, but I think changing my energy in the ring and kind of changing my focus, because I need to be throwing more combinations and I need to be throwing more kicks, and, you know, it's like these little steps each and every time. It's like these little tweaks. But in my training, when I was doing pad work, I was definitely being way more aggressive with my pad holders. I was throwing Den around. I made Dan quit a couple of times in sparring because he didn't want to go anymore. And you know, these are guys who beat the hell out of me, and I know that it makes me much better. But even to have like one little thing in, you know, where a knee gets through and put someone on the ground is pretty amazing. So I think that being able to turn that on in training made a really big difference in the way that I fight. And I look forward to doing more of it because it seems like it made a really big difference. But so this is like the 6-month mark of being in Thailand training here, and I can definitely feel when there are these moments of change that bring me to the next level of how I'm training. And this, maybe not this past week, but definitely within the past month, has been one of those. It's been like a breakthrough. I could feel in this fight making decisions and, you know, choosing to do things that actually happened when I had decided to do them. So I think that I'm happiest with how this fight matched with the way that I was training more than the actual events of the fight itself. But being able to watch myself do the things that I wanted to do was pretty amazing. So I definitely look forward to having more of that. It's a good feeling in fights. So at the zoo today, it's way more exhausting than training, walking around. But so I'll probably have the rest of the day off, and then go do an afternoon training tomorrow on Sunday, just to, you know, kind of start getting back into it, and then full week of training right after that. So yeah, thank you guys for keeping track, watching, and listening. Hopefully you can see my little piggies back there. They're so cute, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.